hitting up the Trails Rock Troy party.
Act like he's not there.
But this year, our Golden Axe Award winner, and this person will go home with a year of free races from us, is Colin Henry. And our female Open Division champion for the Troy Series this year was Jamie Pecca. And our first place male Open Division for the Troy Series this year was Zachary Hilt. And Masters champion, giggling in the back, Sherry Kessler.
I get my picture taken. I love to get my picture taken with Valone.
Male Masters champion this year was Tim Reeks.
Nice.
You want a selfie with Valone too? Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Selfie. If any of you have been wearing any of our shirts from our races over the last few years, this person was part of that design process. And if anyone here is in the design world, they know that graphic design does not come cheap. Someone else sort of stepped in and helped us with that, and took some of his ideas and took some of her ideas and took some of Valone's ideas and built them all together. But she wants to run a 100-mile run out west, and we want to support that. So Laura Reckert at the Antelope Island Buffalo Run 100. Yeah. Woo!
This is where the magic happens. Well, this and my portable laptop that sometimes I stay at home and edit at home or edit at work, and you know what I mean. But this is where the magic happens. This is my studio. Here I've got a 27-inch iMac. I've got an external 27-inch over here as well, running in HD. This is running in 5K. This is running in HD. My editing is done through Adobe Premiere. I subscribe to the suite, so it's done through the CC series, so it's always updated, supporting the latest and greatest of everything that's out there. I have a Western Digital 12 gigabyte backup over here. I have offline for my photo cards here. I've got 2 monitoring speakers so that I can master the sound the way I want it to hear. So typically I'll bring all the audio or all the video in when I bring in a video. Download it all, make sure it's all on the thing, open up a Premiere, start a new project, and start editing in here. The second monitor is to be able to view it in HD. I love 4K. It is highly intensive and it's very hard to edit in when you don't have the properly powerful enough PC. This PC is right on the tipping point of being able to handle 4K, but the workflow is slow. The MacBook Pro that I have, I can do it on there as well, but again, it makes it a little bit slow. It makes the whole workflow process a little slow for me. One day when I have enough support and I can do it, I'll upgrade everything so that I can handle 4K natively. But one of the things I like to do is I record everything that I can in 4K, and then I mix it down into a 1080p. So I have that extra footage, extra notifications. I have everything that's outside of that 1080p range that I have to play with. So say I had something up in the right hand corner that I really wanted to focus on and the camera was just slightly off during, I can move it and I can adjust it. It helps with stabilization a little bit. I really don't use a lot of post-processing stabilization because I've kind of invested in the gear that allows me to stabilize it while I'm filming it. So bring it in here in Adobe Premiere, work with it in 1080p. I have the extra detail from the 4K, and then I mix it down into 1080p and do it out. People have asked me why I prefer the format that I've done. Why not just put it out in 4K? Why not put it on 16:9? I'm a film buff. I love films, and one of my favorite film formats has always been 235:1. So the film format that you're watching my films in is generally in that 235:1. Once I figured out how to properly work with it, But it is something I have to constantly keep and think about in my head, because I have to remember that that's what my output is. So if I'm filming something, not to cut off somebody, it happens quite frequently, and I end up with footage I can't use, or I end up with footage where you're looking at somebody like this and it doesn't look good. So it's a work in progress, but it's something that I like. It's a format that I feel is intimate. It's a format that I feel is, it is cinematic. It is what it is. When I walk into a theater, that's what I see. I see that big 235:1, and that's how I want my films to eventually be seen. So, that's it. Till next week.